All right, let's talk about a simple but incredibly powerful 5-step routine that can totally transform your financial life. This is a system from entrepreneur Mark Tilbury, and it's the exact strategy he used to become the first millionaire in his family. So let's get into it. Does this sound familiar to you? Payday hits, the money lands in your account, you feel amazing for a day, maybe two, and then, poof, it's like it just vanishes into thin air. You're left at the end of the month just wondering, where did it all go? It's a super frustrating cycle, but it's one we can definitely break. And the cost of not having a plan for your money? Well, it's actually staggering. Just think about it for a second. That $5 coffee you grab every day, that $15 lunch, they seem so small, right? But those tiny little leaks can drain an extra $10,000 from your bank account every single year.
But look, the solution here isn't to just work more hours or get a second job. The real key, the secret to building wealth, is having a system, a deliberate routine that you follow every single time money comes in. This is all about making the money you already earn start working for you.
So here's the game plan. We're going to cover step 1, which is all about knowing your money. Then step 2 is building a safety net. Step 3 is eliminating what he calls financial parasites. And trust me, we'll explain that one. Step 4 is where we grow your wealth, and we'll finish up with an optional step 5 to really accelerate your journey. Okay, let's jump right into step 1. This is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. Know your money. And it all boils down to one simple but critical task: separating your wants from your needs. I know it sounds basic, but honestly, this is the exact spot where most people get tripped up. And the exercise is really simple. Just pull up your last bank statement and start sorting. Your needs are the absolute non-negotiables, right? Rent, utilities, insurance, the things you literally cannot survive without. Your wants are everything else, all the fun stuff like restaurants, hobbies, and those subscriptions you might have forgotten about. The key here is just to be brutally honest with yourself. No judgment, okay? We're just gathering the data. It's a vital first step. And this is the goal. This is what we're aiming for. The idea is to shrink your needs and your wants until they each take up just 25% of your income. Because when you do that, you suddenly unlock the other 50%, a full half of your entire paycheck, now freed up and ready to start building some serious wealth. Now for step 2. You've got that 50% freed up, which is awesome. But the very first thing you do with it is not to start investing. Not yet. The number one priority is to build a financial safety net. This is your emergency fund. What you're going to do is save up 3 to 6 months worth of your financial baseline. That's the total of all your needs that we just calculated. And crucially, you have to keep this money in a separate, high-interest savings account. The goal is to make it easy to access in a real emergency, but not so tempting that you can dip into it for a weekend trip. And I really can't overstate how important this is. Because life always happens, you know? The car breaks down, you get an unexpected medical bill. Just last year, 1 out of every 5 Americans had 0 emergency savings. This fund is literally the firewall between a minor inconvenience and a full-blown financial disaster that forces you deep into debt. Once that safety net is full, you're ready for step 3. And this is where we go on the offensive. Your new mission is to hunt down and eliminate the single biggest obstacle to building wealth: high-interest debt. Mark Tilbury has this really powerful analogy for this. He says trying to invest while you're carrying high-interest debt is like trying to get healthy while you have a parasite inside your body, just sucking away all the nutrients. You have to get rid of the parasite first. And think about it. Paying off a credit card that charges you 20% interest is like getting a guaranteed 20% return on your money. You can't beat that anywhere. And this is fascinating. There are 2 popular ways to do this. The snowball method is where you pay off the smallest debts first. It feels great, you get these quick wins. But then there's the avalanche method, where you target the debt with the highest interest rate first. And honestly, the math speaks for itself. The avalanche method gets you debt-free faster and saves you over $1,000 in this example. It's a total no-brainer. Okay, and now we get to the really exciting part, step 4. Your emergency fund is built, that expensive debt is gone, you can finally direct that full 50% of your income toward the most powerful phase of all, growing your wealth for the long term. So how do we do it? Well, the number one rule is to avoid giving away your hard-earned gains in taxes. And the best way to do that is to use these special tax-advantaged accounts. In the UK, it's called a stocks and shares ISA. In the US, you're looking for our Roth IRA. Just think of them as a protective bubble where your investments can grow completely 100% tax-free. And getting started is way simpler than you might think. First, you open one of those special accounts. Second, you pick a simple, low-cost index fund. Something like an S&P 500 fund is perfect. It just means you own a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US. Then, and this is the most important part, you put it on autopilot. You set up automatic monthly transfers so the money is invested before you even have a chance to spend it.
And this right here is the long-term payoff. It's going to feel slow at first, I promise, but this is the incredible, mind-blowing power of compound interest. Just investing $250 a month, assuming an average historical return, could grow into over $1.3 million in 45 years. And because you use that special account, every single cent of that is yours to keep, tax-free.
Okay, on to our final step. And let me be clear, this one is completely optional. Steps 1 through 4 are the proven, time-tested path to building wealth. But if you have a higher tolerance for risk and you want to potentially speed up that journey, here's one more idea.
This has 2 parts. First is the entrepreneurial route. You could dedicate 5 to 10% of your income to starting a side hustle or a small business. The second part is pure speculation. You could allocate a very small slice of your portfolio, maybe 5%, to high-risk assets like Bitcoin. But let me be crystal clear, this is the riskiest step by far. Do not put a single dollar into this that you aren't 100% prepared to lose forever. So, that's the system. A 5-step routine for every single paycheck. Every dollar you earn has a destination, a journey to go on. The only question is, are you going to be the one to decide where it goes, or are you just going to let it disappear again? The choice and the control is all yours.
If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, like, and share.